Hello internet, hello and welcome to this video. Today I just kind of want to give you an update, yet again, after we haven't seen each other for like a week, which is a little weird, I've got to admit. Isn't that weird? That's weird to me. Anyway. For a video, for background footage, I am using Dark Souls yet again. Now, this time around, it's not just a speed run. This is something more of a tutorial-esque. I don't know. I was like, I guess there are a lot of people out there that would be interested in playing Dark Souls, but are intimidated by the whole thing. It's just a little scary, right? And I get that. Now, what you can see on the screen right now is me playing to get a very, very good item set right away with which you can easily beat the game. The item set I am getting right now in the video is without question the best you can get early on, and it's gonna make the game not necessarily easy, but it's gonna make it manageable. It's gonna make it so you can get through it without having that fear of, oh my god, how am I even supposed to tackle this? You don't need to worry about items anymore and you can just focus on the game. I did this with a good friend of mine very recently, I think like 2 days ago. And he has been playing Dark Souls ever since. And has been really enjoying it. And before that he was like, nah, that game, I don't really like it, I tried it and it just wasn't fun to me. And now he really enjoys it. So I'm just putting that out there. If you're interested in Dark Souls, just watch the video and check, take a look at how you can get a decent item set. Anyway, but you need to still worry about leveling up the item set. The item set is good just as it is, but if you don't level up the items, the armor, the weapon, then you're looking kind of meh later on in the game. Anyway, so what happened in my week off? Now you might expect fancy explosions, huge parties. No, I don't do that. Well, there were explosions, but that was more like end of the year thingy. But anyway, nah, I don't like to party. I don't really get why it's even that popular. But that's a different topic for a different time. Well, what did I do? I mostly played Dark Souls. I read Cavern and Hobbes, and I watched Avatar, which sounds like a good time to me. I don't know what's going on in your life, but to me, that sounds like a fantastic thing to do. Like, just chill down a little, play some Dark Souls, watch some Avatar, right? Which is, by the way, a fantastic series. And, yeah, that's pretty much what I did for the first 4 days. It wasn't very exciting. Just was something chill. Like, I wasn't looking for excitement. I was looking to chill. I think I did a pretty good job at that. And then, again, I told you that 2 friends came around. They lived like half the country away and they came down here. And then we hung out. And what did we do? We played board games. We celebrated the new year with explosions. Oh man, I always think that's really funny. Especially if you like accidentally almost kill each other. It's the best. But yeah, we did that. And we played Demon Souls, actually. Like, one of them brought along their PS3 with Demon Souls on it. And then we really spent a lot of time playing Demon Souls, which is a fun game. Though I've got to admit, I like Dark Souls like an infinite amount more. Like, you need to keep in mind, Dark Souls is my favorite game, right? And Demon Souls is good, but in my opinion, they took everything that was in Demon Souls and improved it with Dark Souls. Like, they just made the better version of the game, and yeah. I just felt like Demon Souls difficulty, it wasn't necessarily unfair, but it was frustrating. But while Dark Souls difficulty, at times it's just like, well, fuck this game. But you always get that fighting feeling, right? You always think like, I got the chance at this. I can do this. I can keep going. I can actually pull this off if I only try hard enough. While with Demon Souls, at times I was like, well, fuck this shit. Like, this game is it's just not even giving me a chance. Like, this is just, I don't know. That was something I didn't really like too much. Especially that stupid tower. Like, that tower area, it's just bullshit. or Rape Town, as we like to call it. Anyway, so yeah, that was the thing that was happening. Then we just basically hung out a bit, and we went out a little, like went out to eat, just had some fun like that. And then I realized something. Like I already mentioned this in the video early on today, right? But I realized that I live a very cheap life. Like, let me tell you something. Chicken is cheap, yogurt is cheap. I eat mostly those two things. And bread. Bread is also fucking cheap. And yeah. So I live a very cheap life, I realized. And I don't really go out. I don't really buy a lot of things. And then I was like, well, fuck this shit. I wanted Pokemon for like half a year now. So I went ahead and bought myself a 2DS and Pokemon X. No, Pokemon Y, I'm sorry. I don't want that stupid deer. Like, fuck you, deer. I want that giant Seriously, what did they think was gonna happen? I'm gonna guess that the sales for Pokemon X and Y were like 90% Y and 10% X. No, 90% Y, like 5% X, and then people just went back and bought Black and White too anyways. No, but seriously, who wants that fucking deer? I don't want that deer. I want that huge dragon. How about that? I don't know. Haven't really gotten around to play with it yet. That's because those two guys were still around yesterday, right? So I spent time with them instead of playing Pokemon. And, well, I'm gonna play some today. Like, once I'm done with this right here, I'm gonna start rendering the video. I'm gonna play some Pokemon. But, yeah, that's pretty much what happened. It wasn't that exciting yet again, but I had a lot of fun. And it was just nice. It was just, oh my god, I don't need to worry about anything. It's great. And another thing that was great is something I noticed is that apparently I don't even need to be around. Because why would I be around? What would I need to be around if the channel grows like 1,000 subs a week anyways? Are you I leave with 26,000, I come back to 27,000. And I look at that and I'm like, why? I don't... Look, that's my whole thought process. Like, I look at that and I'm just like, why? That's what? That's not okay. That's weird. So yeah, I suppose that's kind of cool. I don't know how that happened, but actually the thing is not that I'm not sure. I shouldn't be talking in the past because this is continuing, right? As we're speaking right now, new people are subscribing, new people are coming in. The channel continues to grow. Like, I'm at 4,500 subs a month now. Like, do you even fathom that? That's ridiculous. That's... Look. This is going places, I'm telling ya. Oh man. But it's exciting. It's exciting to see. Actually, my channel's getting to a point where people are starting to take me seriously. Right? I take a look at other channels and I look at them. I always was like, well, that's a proper, decently sized channel. And then I look at them in detail. I'm like, well, fuck, I get more views than them. I got more subs than them. How did that happen? That's a little weird because that's actually something that's fascinating about my channel. But for some reason, and this has always been the case, by the way, like this has always been the case. People subscribe to me and then they actually watch. Like, they don't just click that button and then they are done with it and never watch any of my videos. No, I've got a huge amounts of views considering my subscriber base. Usually it's like 10% what you get in views considering your subscribers. So if I were like a regular channel, I would be getting like 2,000, 3,000 views a video. I'm not. I'm getting like 6,000, which is insane. That's twice as much. And especially considering like my channel's in a little bit of a weird spot where I made a huge switch like half a year ago and people are still leaving because of that, right? I'm still losing 1,000 subs a month, but I don't give a shit. Now, there are a few things that we need to address that I took a while to think about, and I considered all of your feedback. Of course I did. That's why this video is called Backfeed, because I needed like a punny title. Fuck you. Fuck you, I don't like it. So yeah, about Subbable. A lot of you were like, hey, just do it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? That you get not a lot of money? And I'm like, well, yeah, that's kind of reasonable. So I looked into Subbable. The problem with Subbable, though, is that it's apparently only available in the US. Which is always a fun thing to see. Like, I absolutely love that. It's especially great in Hearthstone, right? Where they separate Europe and US. And I'm like, but I got people in the US that I want to play with. How about all of these YouTubers that I want to play? Well, I can't. Well, that's great. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Anyway. So, we need an alternative to that. Now, there are some alternatives to that. I suppose the simplest would just be PayPal. Right? Just PayPal. Everybody got PayPal. And PayPal? PayPal. Is that how you pronounce that? I'm confused. But, anyways, you get what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, PayPal. Yeah, that's how you say it, right? PayPal. Anyway, that would be the simplest. There are also other sites, of course, but I'm actually thinking just PayPal. I'm not sure yet, but of course we're gonna set up a donation page like that. And I kind of feared a lot of you were like, "How dare you do that?" No, a lot of you were very supportive and were like, "No, just do it. What's the worst that can happen?" And honestly, like, what's the worst that can happen? If nobody gives me shit, so what? I wasted like 10 minutes. Well, no, probably a few hours, but who cares? Who cares? So, yeah. Then there's that other thing where I asked you, how should I go about Dota? And a lot of you were like, just record 1 or 2 games a day and upload the best one of those 2. And that's how we're gonna go about it now. Like, that's just what we're gonna do. I'm gonna record 1 or 2, and then I'm gonna pick the better one. And if the first one is okay-ish, I'm gonna upload that. If the second one, if the first one is just complete shit, like it was yesterday I recorded, and the first game was literally a 4 to 50 stomp. It was just no fun for anybody. The reason why we lost is because, we as a team, we just screwed up in picking. Like, we just botched it. It was horrible. Look, by the way, I'm sorry about that. Can you please ignore it? I don't want to restart the recording. But we just botched the picking, and that didn't work out. So, yeah, that was kind of sad. And, yeah, we just got trashed. So I didn't want to upload that. Recorded and I got that amazing game I uploaded earlier on with Viva, which was just so fucking good. I'm hoping that gets a lot of views because I love the commentary, I love the game. To me, that's about as good as one of those videos gets. It really is. It really is. But talking about the videos, I actually plan on getting myself the new microphone. Again, I realized that I live a super cheap life. Like, I don't spend a lot of money. I just don't. I really don't. I have been actively saving, and I've been apparently passively saving. And I'm not like, oh, fuck that. I didn't mean to save this money that other people spent on shit. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'm gonna get myself a microphone because I want it. The reason why I want a different microphone is this microphone is really good at doing what I'm doing right now, which is basically podcasting, right? I'm just talking, and that's what it's good at. But it's not good at... Oh my god, what is up? It's not good at that. It's not good at that. It doesn't capture that really well. There are microphones out there that can do that, though. And that can do this, what it's doing, like the podcasting thing. Not as good, right? But on a similar level. And the one I am looking to get is one of those. At least, like, I've got to read some more reviews and shit like that. And inform myself a little more before I spend that money. But, yeah, so... Anyway, merchandise is an idea, and well, honestly, I think like nobody even commented on that. The few people that did, we are like, well, shit, how is that even a question? like, come on, it's obvious. Like, do some merchandise, and I'm like, well, shit, yeah, it's obvious. No, I talked to Jeremy already. This time around, he's not like, well, I'm gonna give him some money. Like, he's gonna get a little bit for that because it's money, right? I can't just take from him and then be like, well, I'm gonna earn money with this. What you did, and bitch. No, I'm not gonna do that. But god damn it, shut up. But, yeah, I also had this different idea, which I found to be very interesting. I don't know if that's actually a good idea, so maybe leave a comment about that today. But there are a lot of designers out there that just casually do Dota designs, right? One of them being somebody that made, like, a Dota Mafia, which was really cool. And I looked at it and I was like, that would be a great t-shirt design. But nobody would put it on a t-shirt. Like, he can't do it. He doesn't have the audience that would buy it. Right? So what I'm thinking is that I just keep scavenging the internet for these cool things. And whenever I see something that got a nice design, I just kind of send them a message. And I'm like, hey, dude, what's it going? How about I pay you a bit of money? And I then get to put that shit on a t-shirt. And people buy it. And then everybody's happy. And it's like, you earned a bit of money, I'm gonna get a bit of money, and people get to wear your shit on a t-shirt. How about that? And I'm thinking that would actually be a great idea, so... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's unrealistic. I really don't know. Maybe I'm just too optimistic right here. But I feel like if I was on that receiving end, right? If somebody walked up to me and was like, "Hey, I saw that thing you made. I thought it was really awesome. I would like to put that on a T-shirt, and of course, I'm gonna give you a bit of money, and not like 10 euros or something, like a decent amount of money, right? I'm gonna give you some money for that. How about it? I, for one, would agree with that because I am of the firm belief that art, any form of art, is something you should definitely use. I don't know if that makes any sense, but for example, I've been waiting for the day when people just take snippets of my videos and just create songs with it or some crazy shit like that, right? I'm waiting for that day because I feel like only then it's complete. Once people start using art for different art, only then it's complete. And so, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, leave some comments about that. Now, as for the channel, it's great, as I already mentioned, it's been going great. But I had some really nice video ideas recently. Really nice video ideas. And let me talk about something really quick, and that is hate. Hate. People always hate. Oh my god, I hate you so much. Oh, you're such a fucktard. You're the worst. You get it. You get the idea, right? And those people, the way I deal with them, which I honestly believe to be the best way to deal with anything along those lines, is to just ignore them. Hand the block out, never mention it. They're gonna get bored. They're gonna get bored because they don't affect you, at least not visibly, right? And they can't need to like create a new account or something. Like, it's work for them and they don't get anything out of it, they're not gonna do it. So that's kind of how I deal with hate. And as a result, the hate I get on my channel is pretty low, pretty minimal. Which is really nice, actually. However, the thing I see and hate though is like, honestly, what you're writing, it's mute to me. Like, you might as well not write anything. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, just shut up. Like, I'm just gonna block you and forget about it, right? But there's an idea behind that. There's a thought behind that. And that's something I want to address. But I can't just address it openly, because in that scenario I am giving them exposure, which is again something I want to avoid. Now, I had some ideas though, and those would involve videos. Now, I don't know if you remember the Try Hard video, but those videos would be along those lines. Now, I'm just gonna give you an example of one of those videos that I've got in mind. Each of them is very different from the one I'm gonna mention, but the general concept, the general idea is kind of the same. So I don't know if you would enjoy stuff like this, but I'm just gonna put it out there. And I'm probably gonna create those videos anyways, because I like doing stuff like that. So yeah, the idea, for example, for hate would be just somebody like me, like, of course me in that scenario, just doing my usual daily routine. But at one point in the video, I just kind of get a message, right? And that's an actual message I received recently. It just was like 5 paragraphs of "I hate you and you're the worst human being to have ever lived because you're not good at Dota." Kind of something along those lines. And then what happens is that I just slowly start reading it, right? And it's something that keeps going in the background, and it just keeps repeating itself, and it's all that happens. It keeps repeating itself in the background, and then you go through your daily routine, and slowly it kind of goes blank, right? It kind of vanishes, and you get happy again, right? And you don't let it affect yourself, at least not from the outside. It doesn't seem like it, but you know that you are getting affected. It's pretty obvious, right? Everybody would get affected by it. And as it slowly fades away, I continue going on with my daily routine, open up another message, and it's something similar. And then the voice starts reading again. The voice starts reading again. And there's never any visible outside effect, but you can tell that it's going on and that it is having an effect, but it's just not showing, because that would be admitting defeat. Kind of something along those lines. I don't know if anybody would be interested in that, but I feel like it would be a great idea, great concept for a video. It's of course going to be difficult to make happen, but why the hell not make it happen? I've got ideas for hate, I've got ideas for mad, very specific ideas for those two in general, and a few more. I don't want to spoil everything, that would be boring, but I think you get the concept, I think you get the idea, right? So, what's left? I don't think there's anything left. So thank you for listening to this. I know it was a little bit rambly, let me be honest, but fuck, I don't care. Hey, sometimes I ramble, you guys know that. How else am I supposed to fill 45 minutes every day with content? Like, that's crazy. Nobody can do that. Like, there are some people that do that once a week. I do it every day. You try that. Just talk to yourself for 45 minutes. Can you fill that? Can you fill that with content? Well, shit, you need to ramble if you want to do it, right? Otherwise, there's just no way to go around it. Oh, by the way, another thing about the channel is, I've been doing that for a while now, but I'm of course gonna continue slowly incorporating different games, different ideas. And yeah. So I'm back, bitches.